looking out here at the vastness of you folks, then having to follow all these people with Evan Evans and all of that stuff, and Mary McGee, getting to sit next to her doing the photos. It's like, how do you dream this stuff up? And the opportunity that all of you have allowed me, by giving me a piece of yourselves, that allowed us to do what we did. From fans, spectators, enthusiasts, your kids, your parents, whatever took you to the event, the cast of characters out here that come from my high school friends that work days and nights on the truck to allow us that opportunity. Steve Kelly, hey, you want to go drive a truck? I'll pay for it. What a great thing. Grabs another guy, Jim Hart. Who would think? Build another truck, get to win more races. Meet Cal Wells, work with Ivan, the Iron Man Stewart. Who gets that opportunity? He busted his ass. We give him a trash can lid and he'd go win races with it. And it's just fantastic. Just the whole cast of characters, but every one of them all gave a piece of themselves. And by giving them a piece of themselves to allow me to get to do what I get to do, you can't ask for anything more. Whether it's your high school buddies, military guys you got to meet, and they helped you and you helped them. But at the end of the day, it's all about you. The Hall of Fame, fantastic. Join it, be a member, help fight for this land advocacy. I'm a 2-time life member of Corva. Join something, keep our lands open. Enough of that speech. I can't wait to hear Russ, Fred, and Chris Blaze. These guys in wheelchairs, they kick ass. Give them a cheer when you can. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be involved with any and all of you.
Tom has always been one of those guys that could fix anything. You'd go in the shop and you'd have a complete transmission completely disassembled, or a rear end, and the shocks are completely disassembled. And he can put them back, remember how they go back together, and that'll typically always be better. I think that so many times that he always had his head down in his business. I mean, he was always focused on what he was doing, so he wasn't one of those real talkative guys that you'd take off and spend a lot of time talking to, because he seemed to always be busy.
Tommy has a disarming personality, and he is very intense. He is very passionate in the heat of battle, but throughout it, he maintains also a sense of humor. And he would always be in there, a little, ball busting, if you will. And again, that kind of character, that effect in challenging situations can actually be quite helpful, because it reminds everybody that, hey, let's not get too full of ourselves. We're out here racing, we're having a good time. And so that, again, always stuck with me.
Tommy Morris is the Vince Lombardi of off-road racing. He took this PPI team of Cal Wells and Ivan Stewart and made them into the team that everybody had to show up and beat in order to get a spot on the podium.
The biggest thing that I would remember was that undying commitment to ensure that whatever we were working on, we could get across the finish line first. Tom drove one truck, Ivan drove the other. Then Tom split it with Frank Arciero for a while. And it became obvious that we, as a company, PPI didn't have the resources, the financial resources, the people to compete with 2 trucks. And Tom gave up his seat so we could focus on Ivan. And I remember a time we went out to the Mint, and Tom had come up with this little check valve that we hadn't run before, and we were literally, the race was going to start whether we were ready or not the day before. And Tom was all over the thing. I mean, he's through every orifice of the truck, and we're trying to figure out what the hell to do. And Ivan finally came in and said, I think we've got it. To be honest, I didn't believe it. Now, I'm not sure Tommy did either, because he was just worn out. So the next day, I couldn't get off the ground. The wind was crazy, and I would fly in the air. And I remember when we finally got up, I was calling, because we were way back. The Class 2 cars had started in front of us because they had a better average time. And I remember when I got up, I talked to Tom, and I said, where the hell are we? And because I figured, well, by now we're probably broken. And he said, well, we're 7th across the road. Well, we're still running anyway. So where are the Class 2 cars? No, we're 7th. overall. I was like, what? Meaning 7th car in a row. I couldn't believe it. That was a defining moment. The amount of work that Tom put into getting that truck going. You can tell I'm still emotional about it. We won that race by 45 minutes. We found our groove. And that was it. I mean, the rest was history. We went down to the Baja 500 and won that, and then just kept going and going and going.